What if someone who spent her life teaching people about health, science, and self-love suddenly disappeared from the world, leaving millions shocked and asking the same question? How could someone so full of life be gone so soon? On March 6, 2026, heartbreaking news spread across social media. Stephanie Buttermore had passed away. She was only 36 years old. For millions of people who followed her journey, the news felt unreal. A scientist, a fitness educator, a woman who helped people rebuild their relationship with food and their bodies. The cause of her death was described as sudden and undisclosed, and while the details remained private, the impact of her life became clearer than ever. Because Stephanie Buttermore was not just another fitness influencer, she was a scientist first. Long before millions of people watched her videos online, Stephanie dedicated her life to research and medicine. She earned a PhD in pathology and cell biology. Her academic work took place at the University of South Florida, where she focused on something incredibly important: cancer research. More specifically, she studied ovarian cancer and early detection. Early detection is one of the biggest challenges in cancer treatment. Many cancers are discovered too late. Stephanie's research focused on finding biological signals that could help doctors detect ovarian cancer earlier. During her research, she helped study a protein marker called RAM. This discovery was important because protein markers can act like warning signals in the body. If scientists can identify them early, doctors may detect diseases sooner and save lives. So before she ever uploaded a video, before the internet knew her name, Stephanie Buttermore was already contributing to medical science. But her story didn't stop in a laboratory. Eventually, she stepped into a completely different world: social media. Stephanie began sharing content about fitness, nutrition, and health. But what made her different from most influencers was her approach. Her content was always rooted in science. Instead of extreme diets or unrealistic fitness promises, she explained the biology behind nutrition, hunger, hormones, and metabolism. People trusted her because she spoke as both a scientist and a real person. Her audience quickly grew. On YouTube, she gained more than 1.17 million followers. On Instagram, more than 500,000 people followed her journey. But numbers alone don't explain why people connected with her. The real reason was honesty. Stephanie didn't pretend that fitness was easy. She openly shared the struggles behind the images. One of the most important moments in her journey was something she called the all-in experiment. At the time, Stephanie had spent years maintaining an extremely lean physique. Like many people in the fitness industry, she was constantly dieting, controlling calories, restricting food, trying to maintain a body that looked perfect online. But internally, something felt wrong. She experienced constant hunger, powerful cravings, and hormonal signals that seemed impossible to ignore. Instead of hiding the problem, she decided to investigate it scientifically. She believed that years of dieting had disrupted her body's hunger signals, so she did something radical. She decided to go all in. That meant allowing herself to eat freely, listening to her hunger. No calorie restriction, no strict diet rules. Just eating until her body felt satisfied. For someone known as a fitness influencer, this was a shocking decision. Her body changed. She gained weight, and the internet reacted strongly. Some people criticized her, others doubted her. But Stephanie remained transparent. She explained that the goal was not weight gain. The goal was healing. She believed that by fully honoring hunger signals, the body could eventually restore balance. And over time, something incredible happened. Her hunger stabilized. Her relationship with food improved. Her hormones began to regulate. Eventually, Her body found its own natural equilibrium. For many people watching, this journey changed everything. Because Stephanie wasn't promoting extreme dieting. She was promoting body understanding. Her message became clear. Health is not about punishing your body. Health is about working with it. This philosophy made her one of the most respected voices in science-based fitness. She encouraged sustainable dieting instead of restriction. She talked openly about metabolism, hormones, and long-term health. She promoted body positivity in a way that still respected science. But behind the success, Stephanie was also honest about something many influencers hide: mental health struggles. Social media fame can look glamorous, but it can also create enormous pressure. Constant comments, constant criticism, constant expectations. At one point, Stephanie shared that she was dealing with severe and crippling anxiety. The pressure of being an influencer, combined with personal stress, had become overwhelming. Instead of pushing through it silently, she made another honest decision. In 2024, she stepped away from social media. She took a break. No constant uploads. No pressure to perform online. Just time to focus on her well-being. This decision was another example of her message in action. Health comes first. Not fame, not algorithms, not internet expectations. During this time, she focused on improving her mental well-being. Spending time away from the constant noise of social media allowed her to reconnect with herself. When she eventually returned online, people noticed a change. She seemed calmer, more present, more balanced. And she spoke openly about the emotional cost of being a public figure. Her message was simple, but powerful. Influencers are human too. They experience pressure, anxiety, and fear just like everyone else. Stephanie believed that honesty about these struggles could help others feel less alone. But her life wasn't only about science and social media. There were also deeply personal chapters. Stephanie shared updates about important moments in her life. In October 2022, she got engaged to Jeff Nippard. Jeff was also a well-known science-based fitness educator. Together, they formed one of the most respected partnerships in the fitness world. Their relationship was built around shared values: education, science, and helping people understand their bodies better. Beyond her career and relationship, Stephanie also had responsibilities at home. She played an important role in caring for her mother. Family was a central part of her life. And despite her success online, she often reminded people that real life existed far beyond the internet. At one point, she also shared a personal decision about undergoing breast augmentation surgery. She spoke about it openly, not as something to hide, but as a personal choice. Once again, transparency defined her approach. She believed that honesty allowed people to make informed decisions about their own lives. Another project she was working on was a book. The book aimed to tell her story in a clear timeline, from her early academic life, to her scientific research, to her journey through the fitness industry, and the lessons she learned about health, food, and body image. It was meant to be a deeper look into everything she experienced, her struggles, her discoveries, and the science behind the decisions she made. Sadly, the world would never fully see how that story unfolded. Because on March 6, 2026, news broke that Stephanie Buttermore had died. She was only 36 years old. The cause of death was described as sudden and undisclosed. For her followers, the loss felt personal. Millions of people had watched her grow, watched her struggle, watched her teach and inspire. She was more than an influencer. She was someone who used knowledge to help people understand their bodies. Friends and followers remembered her warmth, her compassion, her willingness to share, both success and vulnerability. These qualities made her unique in a space often filled with unrealistic expectations. Stephanie believed that health was not about perfection. It was about balance, understanding hunger, understanding hormones, understanding the signals your body sends. Her all-in journey became one of the most talked about transformations in the fitness world. Not because of appearance, but because of the message behind it. Your body is not your enemy. Your body is trying to protect you. And sometimes the healthiest thing you can do is listen to it. Even today, many people continue to learn from her work. Her videos, her research, her message about sustainable health, and her honesty about the realities of living in the public eye. Stephanie Buttermore's life may have ended too soon, but her impact continues. In the labs where cancer research continues. In the fitness world where science-based education grows stronger. And in the lives of people who finally stopped fighting their bodies and started understanding them. At just 36 years old, she left behind something powerful. Not just followers, not just videos, but a legacy built on knowledge, honesty, and compassion. And for millions of people who followed her journey, Stephanie Buttermore will always be remembered as the scientist who changed the way the fitness world talks about food, health, and the human body.